he said something that I couldn't understand. And I was like, what? And he said, if you want to be Maria in my movie. I was like, oh yes. But it was like a crazy process to get the movie.
Wow. I'm here with Claudia Traisac. Did I do it right?
Yeah,
with a little bit of
You did it good. It's more like Traisac.
Traisac.
But maybe in America it's like Traisac. I don't know how you can. You can say
I
however
don't
you want.
know. It sounds much better when you say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
I can say it.
Wait, you said this is your first interview in America?
Like with cameras and all these things. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to Young Hollywood.
I'm nervous.
Are you? You
Yeah.
look gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you're wonderful in this film.
Thank you.
Paradise Lost. We talked to Josh, and I said it kept me up at night because I watched it at home, and it just blows your mind.
So sad. It's so sad, the end.
It's
sorry. Oh my God.
Things get dramatic in this film. Trust me, it starts out in paradise.
It's like, oh my God, you can't breathe during the film. It's like, oh my God, so much tension.
There is. No, there is. And I know, first of all, I know you auditioned in Spain.
Yeah.
You put yourself on, did you put yourself on tape and then you sent it? Or
I mean, no, it was like a Spanish casting director. I worked with her and she read the script and she was like, oh, you're perfect. But I didn't know to speak English so good before I did the movie. So I was like, no, I can't do it. And then she was like, just try it. And I tried and it was like, it felt so good and I felt so connected with the character. And I did 7 auditions until I got the role. Yeah, I traveled to Paris. I did like a 3 hours audition with Andrea. Then I had to be like filming myself, like doing improvisations, talking in a Colombian accent. I don't know, it was crazy. And then I traveled to LA and I did the last audition with Josh and Benicio.
So no, I should ask you how to stay cool under pressure, because that's really the key.
I don't know. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I love the project and the characters, so I fight for the role, but it was so hard. Like those 3 hours of audition, I was like sweating and so nervous, and it was really hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what was the moment like when you, did I read that you turned your phone off?
Yeah, I turned my phone on. I did the last audition and I was like, I couldn't hear anything. I was like, if they say no, I'm gonna be so sad, but if they say yes, I'm gonna do it. I was so afraid, and I turned off my phone and then I turned it on at night and I had like 14 phone calls from Paris. And I was like, oh my God, I hope they say yes, because if
they're
no,
not going to say no 14 times.
I was like, I'm not going to call 14 times for it to say, hey, no, you were good, but no. And so, yeah, so I picked up the phone and it was Andrea, the director, and he said something that I couldn't understand. And I was like, what? And he said, if you want to be Maria in my movie. I was like, oh yes. But it was like a crazy process to get the movie.
Wow. So this movie is about, a lot of it is about first love, and you and Josh in the film fall in love. And did you ever do anything really, because he goes like crazy to be with the person that he loves. When you were younger, like did you ever do anything really crazy for someone?
Not really. I mean,
they probably did it for you.
Yeah, but actually I was like in love with the same guy since I was like 12, and it was my first boyfriend, and I was like 4 years waiting because he didn't want to be with me, and I was 4 years like waiting for him to be with me. So that was kind of crazy. Like all my life, like obsessed with this guy, and
from the time you're 12.
Yeah, since 12
to
your
16.
Childhood.
So when he finally came around, he finally.
Yeah, of course. After
and
4
did you
years.
say forget it after that?
After that, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm bored now. No.
Oh, you want me now? See ya.
Yeah, no, bye.
We do charity work for poor communities.
That's great. Who's we?
My uncle. I work for him.
Oh, Uncle Pablo.
Maria is like a daughter to me. Do you love her?
Yes, absolutely.
Benicio, I mean, he's just...
He was incredible.
Were you nervous shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
He was like I don't know, I admire him so much, but I learned so much from him because he's such a special actor, and he works so different. He's so focused, and every scene I had with him, he was so good with me, and he makes sure that you are acting real, and it's so good. It was so good for me because every time he was around, he pushed you until you are the best you can be, and I couldn't tell who was Pablo and who was Benicio.
I couldn't either.
Really. But I was shooting with him, and I was like, they cut the scene, and I was like,
does he stay in it?
All the time, all the time.
That would terrify me.
Yeah. No.
What happens if you go to dinner with the cast and crew? Does he stay in it?
Escobar. Yeah, no.
You go to dinner with Pablo?
No, because he was so focused that he didn't go out with us.
Right.
He was like really focused on the character all the time he was shooting.
You're like, is he mad at me or?
Yeah, I was all the time like, what's this guy? No, he was really nice. Then he was like getting out of the character because he saw me scared of him. He was like, no, I'm nicer than this guy.
Oh, I don't think I've ever hated a character on screen as much watching it in my life.
He's really charismatic.
Yeah. So being that this is your first interview in America, I assume you've been here before. You've been to the States. How do you feel about life here versus life in Spain?
I like it here. I like it so much. I have to leave to Spain now, and I'm really sad. But it's really different. I mean, I hate cars. I don't have a license. So.
Oh, you have to get one to move to LA.
So I walk everywhere in Spain, and it's really different. Like you go to bars and you have beers, and everybody's in the street, and suddenly here everybody's in a car, and that's so different from Spain.
So last but not least, because this is Paradise Lost, what is your idea of paradise?
My idea of paradise actually is that island with Bocas del Toro. That was paradise for me. It was that way of living. Everybody was living in small houses, and there were animals everywhere, and everybody was like so hippie, and I don't know, I loved it there. I would love to
you
come
just
back.
reminded me of like one scene, and I don't want to give anything away, but there's a lot of crying.
Yeah, I cried a lot.
Is it easy for you to cry like on camera, or is it? Did it take?
It's not difficult. No, I'm a dramatic actress. I think no. I mean, I am sensitive, so I think I try to connect with the character and what is the character living, and so. But it was hard. It was hard because Maria is a character that she's living such a pure things and is so happy, and suddenly had to get into the darkness. It was really hard.
It was hard for me to sleep last night.
Yeah,
it was a
great.
It's a great movie, and congratulations. Thank you for coming in. I hope we made your first interview painless.
It was
it okay?
It was perfect.
It was okay. I passed the test.
Yes, you passed it. I passed it.
You passed it.
Yes. Okay.
We're good. We're all good.